did we left yesterday? Means last day.
We have to learn connective tissue.
Right?
Yes, ma'am. We completed epithelial
Connective,
tissue.
yes, connective
Yes, ma'am.
tissue has not started yet. So we're going to start connective tissue. So connective tissue found everywhere in the body, because connective means it is connecting different tissues. Okay. Found in between other tissues. It is depicting by its name like connective tissue, which will connect other tissues. So it could be found everywhere in the body and found between other tissues. Widely distributed tissues, it consists of cells surrounded by a compartment of fluid called extracellular matrix. Okay, means these tissues or these cells are surrounded by a fluid called extracellular matrix. Connects, separates, and supports all other types of tissue in the body. Okay, it also connects and separates. Like when mm, connective tissue is ligament is an example of connective tissue. Do you know ligament?
Does it join the bones, ma'am? The
Yes.
knee, near the knee and elbow. Okay.
Yes. So not only in knee and elbow, it is all, means everywhere in the joints where it connects one bone to another bone. That is ligament. So ligament is one example of connective tissue. So it is connecting or making the connection between bones. Okay, that is why it is connective tissue. And in some cases, it also separates. Like if we go through some extracellular connective matrix, they are separating one cell to another cell. Okay, or yes, this could be one example.
Ma'am, can we have an example of how it separates, ma'am?
That is one I was telling, that when we are talking about extracellular fluid or extracellular matrix means, let me draw. Um, Suppose this is one cell and this is, sorry, it's very difficult to draw here.
Can jaw be taken as an example, ma'am?
Buccal
Where
cavity?
we are, yeah, the side jaw muscles which move the lower jaw up and down. Something like that, ma'am, or no?
No, it's not like that. Just see on the screen. Like, for example, this is one cell and this is another cell residing just beside one another, and in between them some space is present. Between all cells, there are some space present, and this space is filled by extracellular fluid. Intracellular fluid, what could be the intracellular fluid? If we have studied cell very good, very well, then what should be the intracellular fluid?
Cytoplasma.
Yes, very good. So inside the cell, intracellular fluid is cytoplasm, and here outside the cell, extracellular fluid could be found. So that fluid is separating these two cells. Okay. So in this case, we can see that it is also separating in some cases. Now, functions are binds body tissue together, supports the body, provides protection. Okay, it is binding the body tissues together. Like when we are talking about tendon, when we are talking about ligament, tendon means it is also a connective tissue which binds bone and muscle. Okay, as like ligament is connecting bone to bone, tendon is connecting bone to muscle. So these ligaments, bones, and other connective tissues are connecting the body, so they are binding the tissues together and supporting the body. Obviously, if they will not bind, then it will not be supported. And provides protection. Okay, in some cases they are protecting also, because how they are protecting, imagine that during doing one asana, or in any case your knee is getting so much force that it could be broken, but it protects. What here, the ligaments are protecting you. Due to ligaments, it will be stay protected, as it will move as per its range of motion. Okay, it will not move beyond its range of motion. Are you people getting it, what I am telling?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now we will go to types of connective tissue. There are generally 7 types of connective tissue. First is areolar connective tissue, adipose connective tissue, dense connective tissue. Blood is also a type of connective tissue. Cartilage connective tissue, bone connective tissue, lymphoid connective tissue. So these are the types of connective tissue. Now we will go through in detail. Areolar connective tissue is most widely distributed connective tissue. Okay, so here comes a question: which tissue is, or which connective tissue is most widely distributed tissue? It's connective tissue in case of connective tissue. So areolar connective tissue is the most widely distributed connective tissue, and it is soft tissue composed of cells and fibers. Varieties of cells are found. Now you will ask, means you should ask, what are fibers if you don't know. You can see in this picture thread-like structures, right? You can see here. I'm not getting you. If you are there, please
Yes, ma'am.
reply.
Yes, yes, yes. We are trying to understand, ma'am. Which one? The red ones, ma'am?
You can see my pencil in the screen.
Now, yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you can see here in this picture, black thread-like structure you can see. Is it
Yes, ma'am.
visible? Let me zoom
Yes,
some.
yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now I think it is visible. So you can see thread-like compositions are present in this structure. These are the fibers. Okay. These are known as fibers. So this soft tissue is composed of cells and fibers. Varieties of cells are found. And what are the fibers found in this type of connective tissue? Type of fibers are white collagen fiber, yellow elastic fiber, and reticular fibers. So these are the types of fibers you can see in this areolar connective tissue. So is it being difficult for you? You can tell me, or where you are not getting. If you tell me, then it will be easy for me to make you understand.
Yeah, ma'am, can you repeat this areolar connective tissue thing again? It's a soft tissue
Hmm.
composed of cells and fibers.
Hmm.
Acha, most widely, acha, okay, I missed this point, ma'am. Most widely distributed connective tissue. Okay, thank you.
Hmm. So what are the doubts where you are not getting it? Is it understandable?
Ma'am, we are trying to understand it, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Am I audible properly? Like I have
Yes, you're
network issue.
properly audible. Please ask.
Okay. So in जो ये फाइबर्स हैं तो क्या
Hmm.
ये वो वाले हैं जो we take from the food or the body makes it own?
Okay, good question. So fibers are also various types. You can see here three types of fibers. We can see in areolar connective tissue: white collagen fiber, yellow elastic fiber, and reticular fibers. So your question was, what do we take as foods? Like in orange, we see fibers are there, and we are taking it. So is it the same, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So plant-based fibers are different than animal-based fibers. Okay, what we are having in our body, those are animal-based fibers, and what we are consuming as food, those are plant-based fibers. So those fibers could not be digested in our body. If we are taking fibers in our food, like if we are consuming carrot or cucumber, then they are containing high fiber, means they are high fibrous diet, they are containing high fiber. So those fibers could not be digested in our body. Fibers, they are not digestible, remember this. So that is why in constipation doctors suggest high fibrous diet, because fibers are not digestible in any way, and that has to be come out. It is mandatory to come out from body, so that will make a good mass of feces or stool, and that will make easy for defecation. That is why high fibrous diet is prescribed for constipation. So, what we take in our food, those are plant based fibers, and that are not digestible in our body. So, that goes out from our body through stool or feces. They are not digested, so they are not same. Okay, the fibers present in our body are different. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So, ma'am, in
Yes.
fibers you have said white collagen fiber, then yellow elastic, and then third is reticular. What is the difference between collagen, elastic, and reticular, ma'am?
Okay, okay, good question. So we will discuss this later. We are having types of fibers also. So don't worry. It will be your doubt will be cleared in the upcoming sessions. So yes, areolar fiber is found in dermis of dermis layer of skin, blood cells, nerve bundles, muscles, and organs. Okay, so this areolar connective tissue is found in dermis layer of skin, blood vessels, nerve bundles, muscles, and organs. Okay. Now, second is adipose connective tissue, containing free fat inside the fat cells. Okay. The second type of connective tissue, adipose connective tissue, is containing fat cells. So, this is one important question. Which connective tissue is containing free fat cells? And those are known as adipocytes. Cells are generally large, rounded, or oval in shape. Many cells contain large lipid deposits. Okay, so mainly they are composed of fat.
Ma'am, do these cells only contain that HDL and LDL something
HDL and LDL?
lipids? Is those lipids, ma'am? The cells contain lipid means that LDL, HDL that we get tested. Are those lipids, ma'am?
No. It's not like that. HDL and LDL can be tested by lipid profile, and that could be tested through blood test only. We don't have to take adipose tissue as for sample in laboratory. We give blood, right, as a sample to the clinicians. We give blood as a sample, that please test our blood sample and tell us what lipid profile we are having. Right, we are not giving our adipose tissue for sample.
Okay, ma'am.
So what are the functions? Insulates the body, protects some organs, serves as fuel storage, found in subcutaneous tissue, peritoneum, yellow bone marrow, mammary gland. So these are the sites where we can found adipose connective tissue. And what are the functions? Insulates the body. Okay, insulates means, yes, anyone?
Keeps it
Provides
warm,
heat.
ma'am. Warm
Yes,
and
please repeat.
keeps the body warm, ma'am. Heat is
Yes. So, and protects some organs. Means, yes, obviously, when it is covering the organ through fat, then it will protect the organ and serve as fuel storage. Yes, from fat, we can get energy. So, that is why they are also known as fuel storage, and found in subcutaneous tissue. What do you mean by subcutaneous tissue?
somewhere near the nails, ma'am. Close to nails.
No, at least you have tried. Good. So, subcutaneous means beneath the skin. Okay. Subcutaneous means it is beneath the skin. Just know that subcutaneous tissue is just under the skin. And peritoneum, yellow bone marrow, mammary gland, these are the sites of adipose connective tissue.
What is peritoneum, ma'am?
Peritoneum is abdominal uh, cavity, you can say. Means, yes, peritoneum cavity is there. It is the region in abdomen. Okay. Means peritoneum
Okay.
cavity is consisting all our abdominal organs. like stomach, liver, gallbladder, small intestine, large intestine. All these organs are present in peritoneum cavity. Okay, so that region is known as peritoneum. So adipose connective, sorry, adipose connective tissue, sorry, adipose connective tissue is present in peritoneum too, and in yellow bone marrow and mammary gland. So third is dense connective tissue, more fibers and fewer cells. So here we can say in dense connective tissue, number of fibers are more, but cells are in few number. You can see here in this picture, these thread-like structures are fibers. So you can see the fibers are much more in this picture in compared to cells. So more fibers and fewer cells. Main two types are there: white fibrous tissue made up of white shiny fibers, and here fibers are thin. Individual fibers do not branch, but bundles freely branched. Means individual fibers are not divided, but when a branch is made through different fibers, then it could be divided. You can see here in this bundle, in this bundle of fiber, it has been bifurcated into, in this bundle of 5 fibers, it has been bifurcated into 3 and 2. So individual fiber is not bifurcating, but bundle is getting bifurcated. Then made up of collagen protein. Please mute your mic if anyone is unmuting yourself. Individual fibers do not branch, but bundles freely branch, made up of collagen protein. Yes, white fibrous tissue is made up of collagen protein, and functions are protection against stretch and pressure. Okay, so when we are doing any asana, then we are stretching ourselves. Sometimes we are pressurizing ourselves. In that case, this white fibrous tissue is protecting us. Okay, now
Ma'am,
next.
can you briefly explain what is collagen protein?
uh, Collagen protein, how I will explain. Mm, it's a type of protein with mm, let me try. So how I will explain it? I will make you brief in any more sessions. Actually, I don't know how to brief this collagen protein. It's a type of
Okay, no
protein.
problem.
Just
No
know that,
problem.
and it contains much of our body. Collagen protein is very important for us, and it is present in so many portions of our body, and it provides strength in our body, like in skin, in muscles, and these fibers are made up of those collagen protein only. Okay, so next is yellow elastic tissue, made up of yellow fibers. Fibers are thick here. and individual fiber branch freely. In a previous one, white tissue, here in white fibrous tissue, individual fibers were not bifurcating, or individual fibers were not dividing. But in yellow fibrous tissue, individual fiber branch freely and join to form network. You can see in this picture here, individual fiber is getting finished, or it is being branched into different fibers, and they are also joining to different fibers. So a network is being formed, made up of elastin protein. Functions are extensibility and elasticity. Okay, so yes, their functions are elasticity and extensibility and elasticity. So examples are ligament and tendon. Tendon attach muscle to bone, ligaments attach bone to bone. Okay. Now, next is blood connective tissue. A
Ma'am,
fluid.
can you keep that slide for 2 seconds, ma'am? I will
Yes,
jot down.
obviously. Just any problem?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Mm, okay. Now next is blood connective tissue. So blood is a different kind of connective tissue. Means it is a type of connective tissue, blood. Okay, so this is a very important question. Blood is which type of tissue? It is connective tissue. Okay, a fluid connective tissue. So, which type of connective tissue? It is fluid connective tissue. Blood cells surrounded by fluid matrix. Composition of bloods are liquid fraction, that is plasma, is the matrix, and it is 55% of total blood volume. So here comes also a very important question. Plasma of blood is containing what percentage of blood? So plasma is consisting of 55% of blood. Okay, and rest is 45%. That is made up of different cells like red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. So plasma of blood is 55%, and other cells are making 45%. And what are those? Mainly red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Now, circulates constantly around the body. We all know blood is circulating constantly around the body. Any part of the body is uh, surrounded or nourished by blood only. Now, what are the functions? Transportation, obviously, what we are eating or anything, like when we are eating, the food has been digested and it has been absorbed from small intestine, and the nutrition what is absorbed from small intestine, that nutrition is mixed in blood, and blood is providing nutrition through the whole body. So it is transporting the nutrition, transporting the oxygen from lungs, and it is reaching throughout the body. Now, regulation of body pH. You people are aware about pH?
Yes, ma'am. The unit of the purity, something like that. Like we measure the water, the pH value of water, like this.
No, it's a unit of acid base identification. Okay. So lower pH means, if you have went through chemistry lab and you have seen litmus paper or pH paper, then I think you can get it. There are 14 points in pH scale, and 7 is neutral. 7 in pH scale is depicting neutral, that is of water and different neutral liquids. And if lower pH means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, these are below 7. So these pH numbers depicting acidic nature of the fluid, and above 7 is basic nature of the fluid. So blood is regulating the pH of body, means blood is regulating or maintaining acidic and basic properties of body. It is maintaining the pH of body. White blood cells destroy microbes. We all know white blood cells are army of our body, the defense mechanism of our body. And clotting factors, very important one. Factors means when we get injured and blood comes out from our skin, then after some time blood get clotted naturally by its own. Bleeding stops by its own if the injury is not very severe. Right? We all have experienced this. If we have any minor injury and blood is coming out, bleeding takes place, then after some time bleeding stops by its own, and our um, skin get contracted, and some bond, some um, fibrous foundation we can see in that place, and after some time it becomes black and the skin removes it by its own. So that is known as clotting factor. Okay, in how many seconds or how many minutes bleeding is stopping, that is known as clotting time. So generally blood is having its clotting factor on its own, means after some time bleeding will stop and blood clotting will takes place blood clotting will take place, and we can see some fibrous or thick material is found on that portion where bleeding was taking place, that is blood clotting. Next is
Excuse me,
cardiac.
ma'am.
Yes, please.
Please, ma'am, show that before.
This slide.
Yes, yes. White blood cells destroy microbes. Can you repeat this line?
Yes, white blood cells are the army of our body. We all know that. Defense mechanism of our body is white blood cell. So white
Yes.
blood cells are types of blood cells.
Destroy microbes. What does it mean?
Destroy means they. Now, how can I? Destroy means kill. They are killing microbes. White blood cells fight with microbes. Microbes means those organisms, those microorganisms which are coming from outside the body. Means like any virus or any bacteria has entered in our body, then that microorganism, that virus or that bacteria will be killed by our white blood cells.
Okay, ma'am. Means antigen, antibody, what we are saying like that.
Yes, yes, obviously. White blood cells are our antibodies.
Yes, 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 ma'am. Got it, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next is cartilage connective tissue. So, cartilage connective tissue is firmer than other connective tissues. Functions are protection, reduces friction between joints, holds bones together, and mainly three types. So, cartilage, we can say that cartilage are a softer form of bones. Okay, so cartilages are also type of connective tissue. And what are their functions? They protect, reduce friction between joints, holds the bones together. So here you can see in this picture, these are the cartilages shown in sky blue color. And what is this picture about? Can you say what is
Rib
this?
rib cage, ma'am.
Yes, very good. This is a picture of rib cage. So you can see here in this picture where the cartilages are found. Means every rib is joined to sternum through cartilage only. So these cartilages are joining ribs to sternum. So like this, in our body we can see so many cartilages, like in our ear, like in our nose. We can feel the cartilages. Just touch your ear, you can feel that how cartilages are. Our whole ear pinna is made up of cartilage only, so they are supporting the ear, they are giving a structure to the ear, they are holding the ear, and sometimes they are protecting. Okay, and they are reducing friction between joints. In different joints you will see that cartilages are protecting and they are reducing friction. And how they are protecting? Cartilages are shock absorber. Like in knee joint you will see, let me draw like for example, this is a joint where bone and bone is joining together, like in knee joint, like in elbow joint. So here a layer of cartilage we can see. Okay, here a layer of cartilage we can see. So these cartilages are absorbing shock. Means when we are jumping, when we are jagging, like in that cases these bones mm, may come together, and their friction may cause injury in our body. So these cartilages are protecting from friction of bones and breaking these bones, and they are absorbing the shock. When the upper bone is jumping on this lower bone, the shock is being absorbed by this layer of cartilages. Okay, so like this they are protecting, they are reducing friction between joints, holding bones together. And main three types are: first is hyaline cartilage. This is most common cartilage composed of collagen fibers and rubbery matrix, located on ends of articular bones, provides support and smooth surface for movement at joints, forming the costal cartilage which attach the ribs to sternum. So these are known as costal cartilages. Okay. So
Ma'am,
highly, yes.
would you please explain the rubbery matrix? What does it mean?
Rubber. You all know rubber.
Yeah, yeah, the matrix one, ma'am. What is matrix here?
Where is it? Most common cartilage composed of collagen fibers and rubbery matrix. Matrix means composition here. The composition of collagen fiber is rubbery. The properties of rubber is almost similar to this hyaline cartilage. Okay, and they are generally composed of collagen fibers, and this is the most common type of cartilage, hyaline cartilage, and it is located on ends of articular bones and provides support and smooth surfaces for movement and joints, forming the costal cartilage, means here in between ribs and sternum. So these
Ma'am,
cartilages are known as costal cartilage. Yes.
articulating bone as in?
Articulating means jointing bones. Means articulation means joint. Okay. So
Okay.
where bones are jointing each other, look, it is this hyaline cartilage is located there. Articulation means joint, and articulating bones means bones are getting jointed together. In that place, hyaline cartilage is present.
Ma'am, did you say that these are also soft bones? Cartilages? No.
Uh, Cartilages are similar like soft bones.
Okay,
These
similar.
cartilages are not bones. Remember, cartilages are not bones, or cartilages are not types of bones. Cartilages are connective tissue. Okay, so we can see cartilages in different parts, especially in the bony area where bones are getting articulated, means bones are getting joined together. So like bones are harder and cartilages are very soft, but they look like almost similar. Means you can see here in the ear, or you can see here in this costal cartilage too, they are looking like bones. If they are not colored differently, if this blue color is not projected, then you will not get it. They will look similar like bones, but they are not bones. Okay, bones having a different composition, cartilages are having a different composition. Cartilages are type of connective tissue. And there are three main types of cartilage: hyaline cartilage, next is fibrocartilage, and then elastic cartilage. Okay, so we have already discussed hyaline cartilage. This is the most common cartilage composed of collagen fibers and rubbery matrix, and we can find it in articulating bones, provide support, smooth surfaces for movement at joints, forming the costal cartilage. Means this is the costal cartilage which attaches ribs to sternum. Next is fibrocartilage, highly compressible.
Ma'am,
Excuse
Yes,
me, ma'am.
yes, please.
yeah,
Ma'am, now is 8 o'clock. Should we stop here?
Yes, we will stop here, just completing the cartilage. Just one slide. So, fibrocartilage is highly compressible, strongest type of cartilage. Okay, fibrocartilage is the strongest type of cartilage and highly flexible tissue Matrix is semi-rigid and filled with white fibers. Forms cushion-like disc between vertebrae. You can see here in this picture, this is the vertebrae. Means we can feel the vertebrae in our back. It is forming our backbone. The vertebrae are forming our backbone, right? So in between each vertebra, there is a cushion-like structure. Here you can see it is depicted by purple color. These are the disc, intervertebral disc, and this disc are made up of fibrocartilage. They are highly compressible. That is why when we do back bending, these or back bending or forward bending, any type of bending in backbone, then these cushions are getting compressed. So they are highly compressible, strongest type of cartilage because of fiber. Slightly flexible tissue. Matrix is semi-rigid. Matrix means the material of which this is made. Okay, so matrix is semi-rigid and filled with white fibers. Forms cushion-like disc between vertebrae. Now next is elastic cartilage. Contains elastic fibers, provides strength and elasticity, provides support and maintains shape, located in external ear, larynx, epiglottis, and blood vessel walls. So this is type of elastic cartilage. So here you can see that this is the picture of elastic cartilage, and it is found in ear, external ear, larynx means voice box, epiglottis. Do you know epiglottis?
Yeah, after the mouth, ma'am, where we swallow, there is a lid kind of a thing.
Yes, it is separating our windpipe and esophagus. Means the windpipe and food pipe. Windpipe is going to lungs and food pipe is going to stomach. Before that, esophagus means from mouth to epiglottis, there is a same track through which wind and food is entering in our body. But this epiglottis play a very important role, that when epiglottis is getting opened and when it is getting closed, on that only food is going to esophagus and wind is going to uh, windpipe or trachea. Okay, so in epiglottis also we can find elastic cartilage, and in blood vessel walls also we can find elastic cartilage. So this is all about cartilage connective tissue. So in doubt? Okay. So if there you find any doubt, you can ask tomorrow. Now I think we should bind up the class with ending prayer. Sit comfortably, close your eyes. Inhale deep and long, exhale completely.